Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, March 3rd, 2023, 1:15 p.m. Eastern, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, excuse me. We'll be having a reverse aging health call tonight at 9 p.m. There's nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to be a butterfly. Buckminster Fuller. There is nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to be a butterfly. Not one trace. In this world, everything is exactly as it should be. All of our personal problems, emotional blocks, and social issues are absolutely needed for our lives to excel in a multidimensional way. Every imperfection that we see about ourselves, that we truly believed was imperfect, has a cosmic agenda inside it to bring our souls to discover its divine totality. Everything has a purpose. Nothing, absolutely nothing is by chance. Nothing is coincidental. Absolutely nothing is coincidental. There is not one single thing in this all-intelligent universe that is not exactly the way it should be. What would your day feel like if and when you accepted that all problems you're facing are perfect, precisely perfect, just the way they are? What if each challenge that you have in this life is exactly the way it needs to be for you to find total happiness in this lifetime? Every problem and emotional block has a deep spiritual purpose to propel us forward so that we evolve, grow, shift gears, and lighten the load we are carrying. Our problems are meant to empower us so that we get clearer about what we want and start manifesting that life we truly love. I invite everyone to think of every challenge, every challenging person and situation in your lives as your friends and personal accomplice. Each person is exactly what their soul asks for to help them wake up and discover their real power, truth, and life purpose. We are so blind to our true God power that this is the most direct path to our awakening. And we're in that awakening. And it is progressing. Our lives are such a profound spiritual adventure that it requires everything from us. We must choose to conquer both the inner and outer treacherous terrains. The hills that we climb are needed. They are how we ascend to the highest mountain and reach the most expansive perspective. It's only at the top where we can see the bigger picture and realize all the growth, wisdom, and success we've experienced. It's important to accept the challenges that life brings you. A life without challenges to overcome would be absolutely monotonous and boring. We would soon find ourselves becoming creatively stagnant and not able to feel or imagine what our hearts truly yearn for and desires. If everything was perfect in our world, there would be nothing to do, no place to go, no forward movement, or anything to learn about ourselves. If we never perceived that we had a problem, we wouldn't be able to smell the opportunity that's lurking behind it. When we can accept and embrace our life's deepest challenge as an opportunity for growth in disguise, we will discover the simple joy and excitement about being alive. The real journey in this life is a continuous dive into the unknown. It's easy to do this when we know that at the very end of this life, we are guaranteed to go home. And what is home? The God that we are. We arrive at a place where our souls can truly rest, find deep peace, love, and enjoy the deepest, happiest imaginable. So take risks in this life. Enjoy this journey home. You don't know how long or how short the ride will be. None of us do. And there's one thing in this life that is 100% for sure. We are guaranteed to have an adventure. No ifs, ands, buts about it. There will be good times and there will be bad times. We will laugh and cry. We will feel imprisoned and find our way to freedom. Just remember one thing along the way, that you can always choose to enjoy this deeply enlightening and sometimes challenging human experience. Accepting this invitation will help launch you into a deeper understanding of the divine, all-powerful being you truly are. Realization of the self is realization of God. Once this realization, and it's happening, to a certain extent, that once you understand that you are the God in that body, everything is going to change completely forever. Everything and everyone is here for our enlightenment. Enlightenment leads to the God. The God is enlightenment. We are all in a grand incubation chamber called humanity that is designed specifically to bring the state of self-realization into our hearts and minds. Every person is a teacher in this mass, you want to call it a school, guiding us to finding our spiritual path. The God within us is guiding us to find our spiritual path and discover what it truly means to be enlightened. Every single being, situation, event, and circumstance in our lives today are offering the perfect ingredients necessary for us to get rooted, grow, and blossom into our greatest potentiality. You can kind of use an analogy, we're like baby eggs, each destined to hatch, break free from our ego shell, and enjoy this extremely alive, conscious, and deeply juicy existence. As always, there is nothing, absolutely nothing missing for enlightenment to find its way to us. All of our problems, missed opportunities, and challenging life circumstances are the perfect sacred situations, deliberately designed to inspire you to build your deepest connection to Source and harness a radical creativity. Without these sacred situations, we would be missing something that is like fertilizer. These essential stinky nutrients that make one deepen, evolve, and grow. Life is perfect just the way it is. And we are perfect just the way we are. With all of our desires and attainments, joys and sorrows, securities and insecurities. Life is an enlightenment incubator that cannot be escaped from. We are imprisoned in the destiny to reach enlightenment in this lifetime. To reach enlightenment in this lifetime. Most would like to reach enlightenment in this lifetime, but we know that there are those that will maybe the next lifetime or the next or the next. Our enlightenment is on the divine agenda, the schedule of our souls. There's nothing we can do to change this. We can try to ignore it, pretend it's not happening, or become distracted by a goal, project that seems to be more important than enlightenment. Yet still, over the course of a lifetime, the karmic agenda remains the same. Our soul's destiny will always be to discover what enlightenment is, what it feels like, and what we need to let go of to attain it. The most ordinary typical days of life often contain the most potent aspects of the enlightenment incubation process. Every personal or business conversation, text message, email, Facebook post, YouTube video, you experience are the exact fuel you specifically needed in that moment for you to realize your path to greater freedom. Every moment you are alone, listening to your inner voice, being quiet, or simply doing nothing is also the exact fuel needed. Every challenge, argument, confusion, fear, desire, and indecision is also essential fuel for the moment. In any direction we turn, we find the perfect enlightening fuel is already there, ready to be used. We are surrounded by perfection. It is only the mind that perceives something else. And as we know, the mind is an illusion. There is no use removing doubts one by one. We clear one doubt, another doubt will arise, and there will be no end of doubts. But if by seeking the doubter is found to be really non-existent, then all doubts will cease. Ramana Maharishi. This planet is the most sacred spiritual birthing ground, which is specifically set up for us to realize our divine nature within its womb. Each day the sun shines its light on us. It's giving us warmth so we can relax, smile, and experience so many pleasures in this amazing body. We get to enjoy our bodies each day and how its five senses are always interacting with the outer world. Our physical bodies are the perfect cocoon for us to go inside, find our souls, and sprout our spiritual wings. The universe is constantly giving life to us from the inside, as the God that we are is the universe. Our hearts beating, blood is pumping, cells rejuvenating, and breath flowing, our life coursing through us. Life is loving us from the inside and the outside. And these two words are merged together in a matrix of highly intelligent energy. At the deepest level, life is the most deeply eternal loving teacher there is. It requires no payment from you and works every day for you absolutely free of charge. It is constantly offering you free life lessons, which help you your soul evolve in ways you never knew were possible. The sweet love from life is so extremely generous. It's always gifting you free sunshine, free air, free ocean water. And if you're courageous and willing, all the free food you can find on the trees, plants, and catch in the oceans. We truly live in a divine ocean of loving, intelligent energy that supports every need we have. Even when we get upset, thrown off center, get angry, start to reject life, push love away, life still continues to feed us, nurture us, and breathe our body for us. Life still loves us, no matter how we respond to it. The sun never stops shining on us, no matter how irreverent we are with it. We really don't have to do anything but show up and fully be in this moment of our lives right here, right now. And this act of showing up is all about surrender and takes absolute zero effort. One of the most enlightening meditations that anybody can do is this. For 24 hours a day, open yourself to the idea that everyone is enlightened except you. Imagine and pretend that there's this huge pro-Noahic conspiracy. The universe has to wake you up. This sweet love from life is so extremely generous. It's always gifting you free sunshine, free air, free ocean water. See how it is now on this planet? As we do this experiment, we will notice how to qualify our listening changes with each day. On day one, it may be somewhat superficial. In other words, you might feel, not comfortable with it. Okay? So it feels superficial, doesn't feel real. And by day 3, you may become lost in the seeing, feeling, and touching the divine everywhere you go. Continue playing with it past day 3. If it's working for you, of course, noticing what you feel you need to let go of and how your perception of others and yourself changes. Become more and more aware of the immediate shift in consciousness that is created the moment you choose to step into this enlightenment incubator. Pretending that everyone is enlightened except you is a gigantic task for the ego to take on. So one small word of advice for everyone is this. Be gentle with your teachers. Respect their teaching deeply by paying extra super close attention to what they are really saying underneath it all. Listen to what your next step to finding freedom. Apply what is really going on in your life and see what is it that you most need to learn. Ask yourselves, why did these types of people trigger me? And why? Notice what they are pointing at inside you that you don't love about you. Listen to what's being said between their words, between your thoughts. Feel deeper into what's actually happening in each new moment. If you want to truly be free, I find that the initial experience of enlightenment is very similar to making popcorn. The hard, small, little kernels, ego, require loads of heat, pressure, to be covered in oil, juicy emotions, and need a bit of stirring, uncertainty, before they surrender, pop, and open, and expand completely into their light, fluffy fullness. The experience of enlightenment is basically a simple, sweet science. When the corn is popped, the hard shell of the ego is no longer holding everything together on the outside. Yet rather the soft, fluffy part moves forward towards the outer, and hard, protective part towards the inner. When the real you comes out, there's nothing to fear or protect anymore. All the outer shells drop, and you become a very soft, open, available being who is full of love and here to be enjoyed by all. Everything that irritates us about others can lead to a better understanding of ourselves. Carl Jung. Just watch your ego closely and notice how it behaves very much like one of these little kernels of popcorn. It feels small, contracted, protective, hard, and limited in its expression. It's condensed with loads of energy inside that are ready to be fully expressed given the right heated conditions. When our juicy emotions, oil, are added on top, nothing happens unless there is some real heat underneath. As we start feeling into the heated situations we are currently facing in our lives around money, sex, relationships, love, work, health, etc., the heat turns on. By feeling our feelings fully, deeply, and thoroughly, our energy builds, making the heat even hotter. Eventually, we burst open, liberating ourselves from that tightly contracted, hardened ego self. Life is extremely intelligent. It knows exactly how and where to add a little extra heat to your life. The popcorn pops on its own accord when the heat reaches the critical point of no return. When the tight protective case around the ego breaks, the lightness of our being expands through. When our shell cracks, we begin to taste enlightenment and live beyond our egos. The heat of life will come, whether we want it or not. We cannot avoid it. It shows up in many mysterious ways, in a large variety of forms. It may show up as a pressure we create within ourselves from expectations, assumptions, commitments, agreements, promises in our relationships, marriage, with money, sex, work, and health. May also show up from a lack of pressure we place on ourselves. Meaning, if we are too lazy, living in denial, and ignoring our desires, wants, and needs, we will feel depressed. And this external heat feeling will come from life for us to do something different and make an external change. It's not that enlightenment is only just some light, fluffy experience. This ego-popping phenomena is the initial introduction to it. Real, everyday enlightenment is living life in a very grounded, real, and always present way that is continuously integrating our dark, deep, wounded parts. It's as if the corn kernel gets popped once, then realizes there's another layer of lightness or tightness and contraction inside, and then gets repopped again and again and again, repeating thousands of times every day. You are neither consciousness nor its content. You are the timeless source, the supreme reality. Trust that, Nisargadatta. The popcorn, the ego, is a contracted state because it's busy holding too tightly onto our beliefs, our fears, control, and the need to be right. When we relax, letting the heat of life come in to expand our minds and hearts in a loving, natural way, the experience of getting popped open by life is quite powerful and exhilarating. Instead of running from life, we face it, embrace, and move into and through it. There is no more resistance to the hottest heat, which is all the things we tend to fear and avoid. We choose instead to welcome these challenges as opportunities to manifest a bigger, juicier life. We get out of the way and let life and its amazingness come truly in. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath, slowly in through the nose, and an easy breath, slowly out of the mouth. Remain still. Let go of all your beliefs. In this world of manifesting, changing your limiting beliefs creates the freedom to manifest your desires easier and faster. If you want something from this universe, you have to first feel like you deserve it and really, really, really honestly feel it. See yourself receiving it in some unique, unexpected way. And notice that big, happy smile plastered all over your face. Ta-da! Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and the night and the following morning. We will return here tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our Reverse Aging Health Call, and Saturday, March 4th, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation Call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times, and be in a state of deep gratitude. We never run out of things to be grateful for. We could be grateful all day, 24/7.